back on that media scene. I saw this picture on Facebook, and I'm quite proud of these brothers, man. These are some brothers out in California. I reached out to them and asked them where they were at, and they said they were out in California. And that's a good thing because you brothers, you Hispanic brothers, so-called Hispanic brothers, you so-called Northern brothers, you so-called Puerto Rican, Dominicans, Cubans, and Mexican brothers of Negro and Indian descent, you brothers, you hang in there and you be strong, man. Don't get caught up into this thing where people are attacking the 12 tribe chart. People are trying to say Hispanics are not Israelites. Don't get caught up. Don't let that work your emotions. I'm going to tell you a story about me personally. When I was coming up in One West, you had one of the seven, he was one of the elders of the school, and he would always attack me for some reason. I don't know what the hell was this dude's problem. His name is Shaw. Those of you who go way back, you know Big Shaw. And he wasn't a total bad guy. He was kind of arrogant and mean and didn't have much of the fruit of the spirit, in my opinion. But he would always tell me, did I check my lineage? I need to check my lineage. He would always throw out these accusations as though I might not be Israel. And, you know, he would torment me with this thing, man. He would torment me with this, and it would bother me. It would bother the hell out of me. And after some time, what I found out was that I wasn't the only one he was doing this to. For some reason, this dude had, I would assume he had a thing against West Indians or something like that. That's the only thing I could think of, because I noticed he was doing this thing to other people in the church. He was doing that. And when someone attacks your integrity, that's one thing. But when they attack who you might be as an Israelite, that's a whole different thing, man. That's, as a young man in your 20s, you want to fit into something that's new, meaning this truth. And you got this idiot attacking you, telling you to check out your lineage like you're not Israel. And you Hispanics, so-called Hispanics, don't let that get in your mind, man. You are Israelites. You are Israelites at the end of the day. Don't let them get in your mind and have you thinking that you're not Israelites. These brothers who are running around saying this. These brothers are not on the forefront, man. And this thing can mess you up. This thing can mess you up. You know who you are. Now, I'm an older dude. And from when I grew up, from the 80s, let's say like the 80s, from the days of breakdancing, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans have always been with so-called black people. You've always been locked up with us. You've always gotten high with us. I'm talking about in the negative terms. You've always gotten abused by the police, with us. You've always been with so-called black people. And you always will be. Now, they're saying that you're heathen. Let's do some logic. Let's do the logic. Let's do the thinking. They've called you heathens and non-Israelites, but you don't see no damn Chinese in the ghettos elbow to elbow with black people. You don't see no damn Arabs in the ghettos catching hell, being discriminated against like you so-called Hispanics. So either this is not the truth, or Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, you're some magical heathens associating with so-called black people. You must be some magical heathens that associate with so-called black people. So you got to look at this thing spiritually. Everywhere you so-called Dominicans and Hispanics go, you're with us, and the devil, he's right there oppressing both of us at the same time and on the same level. The only problem is that a lot of Hispanics, they think they're white. But I want to commend these brothers. I saw this image on Facebook with these brothers, and I reached out to them, and they claim to be in California. And this is proof that you got Hispanics who are in the truth, who know they're Israelites, and are doing their thing in the Most High. So I want to commend these brothers for the great job they're doing, and the fact that they're maintaining their spirits in the Heavenly Father. That's right. Hispanics, such as so-called Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, Mexicans, are great people in the Most High. They're great people in the Most High. And you will always be great and have the love of so-called Negroes in this country, so-called Hispanics in this country, or wherever we're scattered, who know the Israelites. But I saw this these brothers in their page, man. It's some beautiful pictures, man. See lots of Zion, you know. These some beautiful brothers, man. You know, you can never convince me that Hispanics are not Israelites. You can never convince me of that. I don't care what breakdown you follow. I don't care what hatred you have towards Hispanics. You could never convince me that these are not Israelites. Look, you can't fit Chinese and Japanese in that. You can't fit East Indians and Arabs in that. You can't do that. And again, wherever we go, Hispanics are right there with us, man. When they poison the ghettos with crack and cocaine and dope, who do they target? They targeted so-called blacks and Hispanics. It's like a lot of Zakari. I like Zakari, man. I mean, I don't agree with all their doctrines, but I like Zakari, man. These some beautiful pictures, man. Some beautiful pictures. I grew up with Hispanics, mainly Puerto Ricans. I was born in the Bronx. That's damn little Puerto Rico right there. And then later moved to Coney Island, which is Puerto Rican too. It's Puerto Rican too. And then ended up in Flatbush, not too far from Hispanics, not too far from the Park Slope area. See, a lot of you brothers from New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, you can relate. You can relate because when you were in kindergarten, preschool, third grade, high school, you were bused or shipped with Hispanics, not Chinese, not Japanese, not East Indians, but so-called Hispanics. So you can relate to what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, so-called Northerners, you got to fight back too, man. You got to start putting out documents and videos for the younger so-called Hispanics who might be affected by this disease, this poison floating around social media claiming that Hispanics are not Israelites. And these are mainly Facebook Israelites attacking you like this. You got to start fighting back. And not on a personal level, but to support and solidify and strengthen the minds of your brothers and sisters of the northern tribes. I'm telling you, this thing affects your mind after a while. I'm telling you what I went through with an elder. Elder was telling me he was questioning my lineage, and I found out that he was doing the same thing to primarily West Indians, so-called West Indians in One West. And one brother flipped out on him, told him he got to stop that SH, checked him, and he backed off. He backed off. It's hard enough being in the truth, but when someone questions your nationality, that's a whole different level. Now you're the devil trying to put the devil in me. Now you're the devil trying to put the devil in our brothers who are so-called Latinos. Yeah. That's what it boils down to. That's exactly what it boils down to. I mean, who wants to deal with that? I mean, really? Who wants to deal with that? But I was looking at this and you know, I grew up even in the faith with Hispanics. We had whole camps of so-called Hispanics that used to teach on 116th Street in Spanish Harlem. So I grew up with that. In the faith, that is. But I'm not going to be long. I'm just saying that, you know, I know how that can work your minds. And that's an evil thing. That's an evil spirit to come at these brothers like that. You're Satan. When you come at these brothers, like this picture over here, you got wicked Facebook flunkies that will attack the mindset of beautiful brothers and sisters who want to serve the Most High and say they are heathens. But on another note, a lot of these brothers are in a Christian mind frame and they will accept the devil, the so-called white man. A lot of these same brothers will accept filthy, stinking Hamites and claim those to be Israelites. But the same brothers that you see on the screen that go to jail with us, that get addicted to drugs, the white man's drugs with us, that receive a poor education in the hood with us, they will say that these guys are heathens. They will say that those sisters are heathens. Yeah. That's how serious this is. But it's all good because I know a lot of you brothers and sisters, you're strong in the faith and you're going to do what's right. You're going to do what's right. That's right, brother. Shalom. You're not going to let them take you off, man. And you should be strong as the Most High created you to be. You're great people. Look at boxing. Look at boxing. Look at all the great boxers or MMA fighters. Are they Chinese? Are they Arabs? Or are they so-called blacks and Hispanics? Or the main boxers who are featherweight and lightweight, are they Mexicans? Are they Dominicans and Puerto Ricans? Or are they mainly Chinese, Japanese, and East Indians? You sound stupid. This is not hard to see. All you got to do is put on your spiritual eyeglasses and you see the spirit working with so-called Hispanics. Not hard to see at all. I want to show you something. Check this out. It says African Americans and Latinos are more likely to be at risk for depression than whites. Why didn't it say African Americans and Chinese? Why didn't it say African Americans and Elamites, so-called East Indians? Why is it always that these damn Latinos are always with so-called blacks? Why are these so-called Latinos, why are they always rapping with us, reggaeton with us, looting with us when in 2020 when the riots were in full throttle, they were riding with us? Why are Latinos always with us if they are heathens? Why are they hated above Chinese and Japanese if they are heathens? You claim they're heathens. Why doesn't the white man discriminate and hate on Puerto Ricans and Dominicans at the same level or more or equally as Chinese, Japanese, East Indians? Tell me why. Tell me why. Because so-called Latinos, such as Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans of Indian or Negro descent, are part of the 12 tribes of Israel. They're part of the 12 tribe of Israel, whether you want to believe it or not. African Americans and Latinos are more likely to be at risk for depression than whites. I wonder why. It says a new study published in the May 2018 issue of Preventive Medicine showed that African Americans and Latinos are significantly more likely. It says African Americans and Latinos are significantly more likely to experience serious depression than whites. But chronic stress does not seem to explain these differences. Dr. Alicia J. Perez Stable, director of the National Institute of Minority Health and Health Disparities, was a senior author of the study, which also found African Americans and Latinos, Puerto Rico. Can't get around this. See, so you brothers and sisters who fall for this crap that Hispanics are not Israelites, you're some weak, emotional, simple brothers and sisters. You don't look at things spiritually. You don't look at things spiritually. All you have to do is connect the dots. All you have to do is connect the dots. The National Institute of Minorities, Health and Health Disparities was the senior author of the study, which also found that African Americans and Latinos were more likely to have higher levels of chronic stress and more unhealthy behaviors, and more unhealthy behaviors. Where the Chinese with more and unhealthy behaviors compared to blacks. Where the East Indians, who have more unhealthy behaviors compared or related to blacks. I see Hispanics and blacks side by side again in this article. Side by side, oppressed, catching hell, according to this article. How do you explain it? How do you explain it? You can't explain it unless you're in your feelings. You can't explain it unless you're in your feelings. Not hard to figure out, not hard to see. Any so-called Hispanic of Negro or Indian descent is an Israelite. Bottom line. Check it out. I want to show you something real quick. We're going to go right back to that. But I want to show you something. Check this out. A little history.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. We look now at an
Amy Goodman be dropping it, man. You know, I reached out to her one time. I tried to get her to do a story on the Israelites, and she actually called me back. This is many years ago. This was when WBAI was really doing anything. But she actually reached back out to me, and I was surprised. I was really surprised. But check it out.
Extraordinary new documentary called Takeover that follows the 12 historic hours, July 14th, 19...
Now look at that. This is 1970. Who do you see? Blacks and Hispanics again. How do you explain this? From 1970s. A story on the young lords who was mimicking and following the footsteps of who? The Black Panthers. Who were the Black Panthers' main enemy and who were they fighting against? The white man. Who were the young lords' main enemy and who were they fighting against? The white man. Who's oppressing you and kicking you in your asses today and locking you up in the jails in 2023? The white man. You can't make this up.
1970, when members of the Young Lords took over the rundown Lincoln Hospital in the South Bronx. The Young Lords were a radical group founded by Puerto Ricans modeled on the Black Panther.
Puerto Ricans modeled after the Black Panthers, not the Chinese, not the East Indians, not even the Africans. Who you call heathens? You call all those groups heathens, and you lump Hispanics in with those same groups. You lump Hispanics in with those same groups. Yes, you do.
Bronx. The Young Lords were a radical group founded by Puerto Ricans modeled on the Black Panther Party. They drove out the administrative staff of the hospital, barricaded the entrances, made their cries for decent health care known to the world. This is the trailer to the film Takeover.
This is a story from New York, not the New York of Manhattan, Broadway.
See, a New Yorker can relate to this. If you are a New Yorker and you grew up in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Bushwick, Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, you can relate to this. If you grew up in the ghetto, if you grew up in the hood, you can relate to that train, the hood, dirty garbage, piss everywhere. And in the midst of that, we playing stickball, tag, hot piece and butter, skelly. I'm going old school. You can relate to those things. If you are a true New Yorker and you from the hood and you grew up with Latinos, you grew up with Puerto Ricans, you grew up with Poppy and Puppet and Luis Marrero, Hector Cruz, you can relate, Maria Gonzalez, you can relate to all this. You can relate to all this. Let's go.
But from perhaps the toughest square mile in the city, in the South Bronx.
I was 14 years old when I joined the Young Lords. The Young Lords were a street gang that became politicized by the Black Panther Party.
We became visible as servants of the people.
One of our targets was Lincoln Hospital.
That building was condemned 25 years ago. Condemned for rich people and opened up.
That's a heathen. She's a heathen. She don't have big lips and kinky hair and a wide nose. She's a heathen. Or look behind her, the sister on the top right. That's an Israelite and she's a heathen. These are heathens joining up with Israelites. Is that what you say? Look, see? Heathen, Israelite. Both fighting against who? The heathen, wicked Esau. You're confused and you're unspiritual. You're confused and you're unspiritual. That's the problem. That's the problem in a nutshell. You are confused and you lack spirituality. Look at it. You got the sister. Look at the top right corner. Top right corner. And then look to the left of the Hispanic sister, so-called Hispanic, speaking into the microphone. Both are oppressed. Both are getting their asses kicked in the 70s by the so-called white man. Speed up or fast forward to 2023, so-called Hispanics and so-called blacks, you're still getting your asses kicked by the same white man. The same white man. You're getting your ass kicked by the same white man, but then you got stupid Israelites talking about Hispanics are not Israelites. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Remember they put the flag on the Statue of Liberty. Yeah. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid and unspiritual. Check it out.
It was a place that you went to die.
Lincoln was called the butcher shop.
Blood stains on the walls, blood stains on the floors.
And there was a rat in the emergency room.
We have seen children.
Black children and Hispanics catch the worst hell wherever we go. These were horrible conditions in the 70s, and Hispanics were right there with us. Yet you call them heathens.
Get lead poisoning while hospitalized at Lincoln Hospital.
So we felt now is the time for us to say exactly how we're going to respond to the killings of our people.
Our plan was to take over Lincoln Hospital.
We have to begin to stand up as a...
Where are the Chinese taking over Lincoln Hospital with them? Where are the other heathens taking over the hospital with these Hispanics who you call heathens? Where are they? Puerto Ricans and Dominicans must be some magical, special type of Gentiles, man. They must be a group of phenomenal heathens based on the fact that they always with us, they do the same thing like us, they're special just like us, but none of the other heathens who you hate or claim who are not Israelites, such as Chinese, Japanese, and East Indians, have the same measures of talents like so-called Hispanics. They can't match the strength of Hispanics, whether it's boxing or sports, whether it's entertainment. They can't match that. How do you explain this? How do your spiritual eyes stay closed to this fact, this comparison, this spirituality?
For the Puerto Rican people and say that's enough. That's enough.
We have been asking for changes to take place, and you've paid no attention to us.
Now, who does that? I mean, you got white people that do stuff like this, but not for black people. Not for black people. I mean, granted, you have a few liberals here and there that pepper inside our organizations, but we know those are straight up heathens. We know those are straight up heathens.
You've thrown us out of your offices and you've called the cops on us.
Look like brothers to me with Hispanics again. Look like brothers. They got the TAM hats like the Black Panther Party, like the Che Guevara hat. Look like brothers to me.
Now we're putting you out. We've taken over a hospital. We're going to run it.
That look like a sister to me. Look like brothers and sisters to me.
Call the cops on us. Now we're putting you out. We've taken over a hospital. We're going to.
Brother and Hispanic. Hector Rodriguez and Freddie Jackson right there. How do you explain this? How do you explain this? It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. And we suffer the same way. We suffer the same way. But they didn't come here in slave ships. You sound stupid. You sound stupid. All you got to do is think and use your minds. But a lot of you don't like to use your minds. You're Facebook Israelites. A lot of you are Facebook Israelites, and you don't like to use your minds. The white man know they're not heathens. If the white man didn't know if the white man didn't recognize them as Israelites, then why doesn't the white man embrace them the same way he embraces the other heathens? Tell me. Why doesn't he embrace them the way he embraces the other heathens? You don't have that happening. Why is that? Because the white man spiritually moves in a way toward Hispanics the same way he moves towards us, with hatred and wickedness. With hatred and wickedness. You can say it's not true, but deep down in your spirit, you know it's true. Deep down in your spirit, you know it's true. And you know it's not going to happen. I watched a video the other day with Hispanics riding, man. You should have saw them. It was like a pack of animals just taking and stealing and burning. You think the white man was looking for Chinese to do that? Nope. He's looking for blacks and Hispanics. When in summertime, when they chained up them damn stores, they wasn't chaining up the stores for Hispanics. I mean, for Chinese and East Indians. It was chaining up them damn stores for you so-called Negroes and Hispanics. That's what they was chaining up the stores for. Yeah. It was chaining them up to protect their goods, because when we riot, we're like a pack of hyenas, man. We're like a pack of hyenas. And nothing can stop us. Nothing. Because you know what? It's of the Most High's will. It's the Most High's will. And once we get started, nothing can stop us because it's of the Most High. But my point is, overall, the same way the so-called black man came to this country with his so-called black woman, the Hispanic man and the Hispanic woman, you're leaving out of this captivity with us. Now, granted, you have some Hispanics, again, who think they're white. You got a lot of Hispanics who think they're white, you know, and that's going to change. That's going to change. Most I ain't going to tolerate that. And a lot of you brothers and sisters, you're not going to tolerate it either. But a lot of Hispanics, they're going to wake up to who they are. They're going to wake up to who they are before we're delivered out of here. Before we're delivered out of here. I mean, this is not hard to see, man. Really not hard to see at all. I think we choose to make things more difficult than they have to be. We do. We choose to make things harder than it actually has to be. And in the end, those of us who choose to side and be with the system, they're going to fall and die with the system, man. They're going to fall and die with the system. Because it makes no sense to be that stupid. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense to be that stupid. Guess I'm not going to be that long. I just want to just, it just was on my mind because, again, them brothers reached back out to me. Just this little short post they put up and said they were out in California. But I mean, it was some beautiful pictures. And Hispanics, when they're in their right mind, just like so-called Negroes and Hispanics, when we're in our right mind, man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful when we're in our right mind and we're serving the Most High in one spirit. And we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. It's beautiful. And because we're beautiful people, the white and the Most High, he put the spirit on the devil to give us hell, but the devil, he knows that we're beautiful people. This is why he does what he does. He knows we're beautiful people. So he has to keep the drugs and the alcohol and bad food on top of us. He has to do those things. Otherwise, he won't survive. I don't blame him for being the devil. I don't blame him because he knows once he takes his foot off our neck, once he stops doing the evil he's doing, then it's the end of him. This man knows this. He's not a fool. He's been doing this. He's been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years. So that poison of divide and conquer, that's what's in the air now, to make Hispanics believe that they're not Israelites and to use some of us to push that poison out. What you got here? Let me see what you got here. Remember during the scamdemic, E was saying, you Black and Hispanic natives aren't taking your, that's right. That's right. And he was mainly targeting so-called Blacks and Hispanics to take that poison. He was mainly targeting them. Then you had weak brothers getting mad at the brothers for not taking it. Taking the J, if you know what I mean. It's a goddamn shame. But I'm telling you, Hispanics, you better, you so-called Hispanics, keep saying Hispanics, you better be stronger, man. Don't let this thing get in your head. Because a lot of you, you have family members that would love for you to be white, be with the white man. You ain't nowhere near no damn white man. So don't let that garbage get in your head, man. Don't. You're stronger than that. And you got a lot of brothers and sisters who would love to see you, fall back into the world. And that you don't want to do. You don't want to do that. You be strong and you stay focused, man. It's just a matter of time before this is all over. And it's going to be a rough road. And part of the battle is going to be our own people. Our own people. That's going to be a lot of the problems. With a lot of the problems I had, man. But that's the best tool to use. If they can use us against us, that's an excellent weapon. It's an excellent weapon. They can use us against us. But you brothers, man, you stay strong. You stay on their necks, man. You stay on their necks, and don't believe any of that propaganda and those lies about Hispanics and not Israelites. You're the Most High's chosen people, and you're beautiful people in the Most High. You know, just got to come a little stronger and with more tact. You know, and you know, keep building that fruit. Keep building them brothers and sisters keep bringing them into faith, Most High as well. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job, and it's affecting a lot of people, especially the Old Testament brothers, the brothers who just believe in the Old Testament alone. Definitely affecting them. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep being strong in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. They can't stop you. If the Most High is with us, who can stop us? Who can stop us? Again, I know that's a deep poison, because certain people are experts in deception and putting out a message that can mess up your spirit. Certain brothers are well skilled in that. The same way you got brothers who are well skilled in teaching the word of the Most High, you got brothers and sisters who are well skilled in pushing a doctrine or a lie that will affect your minds, that will tamper with your minds. So I understand, but you can't let them brothers get in your heads, man. Can't let that happen. And you gotta constantly, if you have a congregation, you have to constantly work the minds of the brothers and sisters who might be affected by that. It's an evil thing, man. I'm telling you, when this dude used to do that to me, man, he used to really mess with me. Couldn't stand that dude sometimes, man. He was a cool elder, but, you know, he just had some issues. And it seemed like it was like a tribal thing with this dude, man. Then I started finding out he was doing it to other people, man. You know? So don't let them dudes get in your heads, man. Y'all stay strong, and you keep serving the Most High and doing what you're doing, because in the end, we win. And the devil knows that. This the devil knows. In the end, we win. And before we win, he's got to take out as many of us as possible. He's got to take out as many of us as possible. Bottom line. Bottom line. Most High says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah. There you go. You can't separate us, man. How would you distinguish, if all the tribes are black, how would you distinguish the children of Israel from the children of Judah? How would you distinguish between the two? In the Psalms 83, I think it's like 15 or 17, it says that Ephraim will not vex Judah and Judah will not envy Ephraim, or vice versa. I can't remember exactly how it goes. How would you distinguish the two in that transaction spiritually in these last days if they're all black? I asked that question to a group of brothers one time. They just was confounded with that. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast and refused to let them go. And refused to let them go. See that? They refused to let the children of Israel go, and the children of Israel are still oppressed to this day. Still oppressed to this day, man. And who refused to let them go? The so-called white man. So-called white man. And then we read this article. You are depressed and struggling together. Depressed and struggling together. Again, it says the unhealthy behaviors examined were current cigarette smoking, excessive binge drinking, insufficient exercise, and fear or poor diet. Researchers measured chronic stress using 10 objective biological measures, including blood pressure, body mass index, and total cholesterol. The researchers assess risk for depression using results from the patient's health questionnaire. This is real, man. This is real. Stop kidding yourselves. This is the truth. This is the truth, and we got a long way to go, man. We got a long way to go, but it would be a lot easier if the devil wasn't in our people as well. What do you got here? Let me see. You got it here. Oh, you got that one already. Let me see this one. That's right. There you go, brother. You better believe it's right. Exactly. Every time I watch MMA, all I see is a damn Mito or damn Jose, especially in the lightweight divisions. Sounds stupid if you're gonna get me. No Negro only believe. The Negroes only believe Asareth is in Africa. They cannot be reasoned with. That's dumb if Asareth is in Africa, because it says a place where no man ever dwelt. I have never seen historical facts of wherever they claim Asareth is in Africa, of ruined temples, certain artifacts that prove that the tribe is there. I've never seen that. But the point is, it says where no man ever dwelt. That only fits America. So nobody's going to change my mind, in regards to that. But you brothers, I got to pack it up. But you brothers and sisters, man, you be strong and don't let that poison get in your heads. I know a lot of you, that bothers a lot of you. And it's tough, man. It's tough because it's tough being in the truth alone. So I know that bothers some of you, because a lot of you so-called Hispanics, they've already been taught or trained to be divided from us in the first place. So I know that's a tough one, but you're going to have to battle through that thing, man. And a lot of you are going to have to start doing some research and getting it together when it comes to that, because, that makes no sense. It makes no sense to be that weak and to come this far and to fold and go back into the Roman Catholic Church and be a damn Puerto Rican or Dominican when you're Israelites. Makes no sense to be that way. So, you gotta, step out of it. We read, what was it? Saturday, about confirming the souls of the disciples. Remember that? We read that. And that's a very powerful scripture. I'm gonna get it again, because a lot of you need your souls or your spirits confirmed again, man. You need that. So don't eat that poison they're putting out there. Don't do that. Get your head together. Here it is right here again. I'm gonna close out with this, because it don't make no sense to be that weak, man. It really don't. But here's where is it? They bring me up next to it. There you go. This is Acts 14:22 again. We read this 2 days ago, but I think this is very needful, man. It says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. See that? And that we, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. See? So some of you, your spirits need to be confirmed in the truth, confirmed that the law is not done away with, confirmed that we rephrase that, confirmed that Esau, so-called WP people, are the children of Satan, or the physical arm of Satan, rather. Confirmed that the high holy days is in effect, and that the pagan days such as Easter, Christmas, Halloween, Mother's Day, you got Mother's Day and Easter coming up, to be confirmed that those days are pagan, and the Most High's high holy days, that's what we should be keeping. Confirming that the so-called blacks and Hispanics are brothers, and our wicked brother Esau has oppressed has poisoned, has destroyed us in the spirit of Satan. Some of us have to be confirmed to that. Some of us still want to lock arms and be brothers with the heathen, mainly Esau. And a lot of Hispanics take that same position. Snap the hell out of it, man. I don't care what's going on around you or what somebody did to you. Snap the hell out of it. You have a great future ahead of you. Some of these brothers to love Ham Africa just because they got a nappy. Yeah, you're right. You're right. To the point they want to run over to Africa. You're right. To hell with Africa. But you're 100% right. But you brothers, man, you teach hard, man. You teach hard, you teach strong, and you don't waver. Don't give in. Don't feel sorry for nobody. You keep teaching. You teach the Most High. I mean, have mercy on brothers and sisters. Have mercy. I'm not saying don't have mercy. Have mercy. But teach the word of the Most High. Because you got a lot of liars out there and weak brothers out there. Be strong in the Most High because you're great people. Just all you have to know. And serve the Most High in truth and in the spirit. You understand? But I'm going to chill out for a little bit and get myself together. Do me a favor, you brothers and sisters who are watching, hit that like button for me, man. I'm, like I told you Saturday, man, I'm at the bottom of the barrel, starting from scratch. But I got some new equipment. Most High blessed me with the opportunity to get some new equipment. And, I'm training myself slowly but surely in the whole live feed thing. But do me a favor, brothers and sisters, hit that like button for me. Show some love. And I'll get back with you later, all right? Shalom.